It's the connoisseur, thug poet in the skies. Green flames lick the night where the hustler flies. Tupac's ghost in my veins, let's ride or die. I'm a phantom on the ridge, volcanoes, molten crown, Range Rover hovering, king with a gangster's gown. Green rims blaze like emerald tears of the street. Crypto veins pump gold with a block and blockchain meet. Quilted thrones my fortress, stitched with real green anti-gravity soul. I'm the thug life machine, jagged peaks my kingdom. Lava's my war cry, connoisseurs decipher, subscribe, you fry.
What's up, everybody? Crypto Connoisseur back with some more charts and chit chat. Before we begin the legal jargon, do not take anything I say as financial advice. Any moves you make, it's on you. So let's have a wee nosy at the charts, guys, and see what's been happening. We'll start off with my lovely ORX. Yep, we're on. So ORX has been running very, very well. This is on the dollar chart. We have broken through multiple levels of resistance here. So that was our first accumulation zone, which have been tracking on the channel for a long time. Popped above it, and we had our next resistance level here. So as you can see over to the left here, it's been resistance, support, resistance, resistance, resistance. We're broken through it, and we're down now using it as support, which, believe it or not, is a lovely bullish sign. So we're just sort of hanging about this area. As you can see, there's a lot of wicks, so that indicates buying pressure. So my guess will be we will hover around here for a wee bit longer, and then we'll take off hopefully soon. Let's pop a wee trend line on here. So what I'll be looking for is a break of this trend line will be obviously very bullish, and that should take us up on the next leg. If we fall below this support, we could come back down and test this. But the reason I think that won't happen is if you look here, we come up and tested it, and we've already come back down and retested it. That's on the 3-day candles, and then we shot back through it. So hopefully we'll hold this level, and even if we do drop back down, it's only going to be a little tap back down to this previous resistance, 25%. Say a little bit, it's quite a big drop, but this is what you got to be prepared for, guys. It's crypto, it's volatile. If it goes back there and retests it, big deal. That's what happens. Over on to World Mobile, which is one of my favorite projects, as you all know. It's doing something very, very similar. So if you look at World Mobile, it was in a massive accumulation zone, again, like ORX. So messed about there, up and down, ping-ponged about, and finally broke out, and it has hit this little bit of resistance here. So it's been resistance back here on the left, resistance here, and it's resistance again. So it's probably going to do something similar. It's going to pop up, and tap it, and maybe come back down and retest this other resistance area, back down here, and then pop through again. So it's just, I love watching fractals. As you know, I'm a TA guy. I love watching things like this, and I think this might play out similarly, hopefully. But we'll keep an eye on it anyway. So let's pop over to Morpheus. This is Morpheus against TitanX, and guess what? It's in the accumulation zone yet again. So really, really boring. This is why I haven't been doing a lot of TA. Most of the charts are quite boring. There's not a lot happening. So this has just been in this zone for a long time, up and down. The good news is you can see these massive wicks in the bottom. So that indicates there's a lot of buy pressure there. So there's a lot of people obviously have buy orders set below this resistance or just on it, or support, sorry. And anytime it drops below that, it's getting gobbled up. So that's a bullish sign because it shows that people are interested and they want to get as much of this token as possible before Brendan eventually does his little move, switch.win, which again, I emphasized this in my last video, hopefully is soon, because we're pretty much going into the alt season here, and we need to get this news out to garner some eyeballs and get people interested in the project, which will bring buyers in, which will bring green candles, which makes everyone happy. Okay, let's jump over to PCOCK, one of my favorite little memes. Now, PCOCK has been going through a little rough time here, but it's nothing to worry about because most of these little meme coins, or most coins, once they come out of the gates fast, they'll do a massive retrace. So PCOCK, as you can see, come out initially, had a little consolidation area, and pumped again, and from the top to the bottom we have had it went down 89%, but we're currently at 83%. Again, very normal. So you can see this massive wick here. This is on the daily. So again, like the other chart, like the Morpheus TitanX, it shows that there's a lot of buy pressure, and if we do a little line across here, this area, which is obviously strong support, that's exactly where we're sitting at the minute. So my guess is it'll hover around here for a bit, bottom out, and then hopefully up to the next leg. and that would be a wave 3. If we go out into, let's pop out into the 3-day. I'll move this out of the way. Let's throw a little Elliott wave on here. So this would be wave 1. We've completed wave 2, hopefully, and then we'd be off in the wave 3. And wave 3 is the most impulsive out of the waves. So wave 3 is normally quite a big, massive impulse. So hopefully if it bottoms out, we've got wave 3 to look forward to. So let's see what happens. Boom. Okay, I've seen a few people chatting on X about how TitanX is so correlated with ETH. Yes, that is true to a certain extent, but I'm going to prove to you via the charts that that isn't always the case. So if we look at TitanX, this is TitanX doing its biggest ever impulse. So if you remember, it was last year around August 24th it began, and we had a run up from the bottom to the top of around 830-40%. So 9.5x approximately. Okay, so going with the theory that TitanX is correlated with ETH, I'm sure in that time frame went up hundreds of percent because we're correlated, and that's what happens. So let's just jump over to the ETH chart. Boom. So this is ETH on the exact same time frame. So the 24th of August, or 2nd of August, sorry, apologies, to the 20th of October. Let me just make sure I've got this right. Yeah, 2nd of August, 20th of October. So Ethereum, as you can see, did not do a 9.5x. It actually, if we take from the bottom of this candle, red candle, to that time, the green one, so Ethereum went down minus 6.7%. So what's going on? What does that mean? It means the TitanX can run off on its own. It doesn't have to go with ETH, and the charts prove it. It's there in front of you guys. You have a 9.5x from the 2nd of August to the 20th of October. If we go to ETH, it was pretty much flat for the same time. And that was our biggest ever impulse TitanX has ever had. So all this talk about, we're waiting on ETH, things can happen. We can pump randomly. If you think back to that pump in TitanX, that was actually the end of day 280. So for the people who weren't about in those days, day 280 was when the most inflation came out for TitanX. And everyone, 90% of the crowd, were thinking there's going to be a massive sell-off because that's when all the tokens were getting minted and given to people, all the miners. And the opposite happened. So the 10% that went against the grain, if they had bought instead of thinking everything's going to go down and sold before that, that it got a 9.5x. So I just wanted to make this point because a lot of people are banging on about this. We're correlated with ETH, but we're not. You can see that clearly we're not. So there can be other catalysts can get us going. The V1 can get switched on. DragonX can start their buy and burn, which will obviously be a knock-on effect for the whole ecosystem. So we just want to keep everyone on a positive note here that things can happen quickly and we can take off without any sort of reason behind it. And I just want to make us aware of that. So that is it, guys. I'll not take up too much of your time. Just want to do a quick one tonight. I think there's a wee competition running. I noticed earlier on. I think it's Weaponhead is doing votes for your favorite member. So if you want to go over and give me a wee vote there, it's on my feed there. I think it's like the second tweet up. If you want to vote, vote. If not, don't. But I'm currently winning there against the dude, Titan Masood, and Dukes the Great. But we'll see how it turns out. So I will love yous and leave yous, guys. Until the next one, take it easy and get ready for the alt season. It's coming. Boo, 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 boo. Love yous loads, guys. Take it easy. All the best. Crypto connoisseur.